Hi, welcome back, Matt from MrLeica.com. I've just finished the photo shoot and I thought it was a good opportunity to share a new lens I've bought and show you that potentially the lens isn't that important to the final photos. I've literally just finished 5 minutes ago, so I'm using the same lighting to light myself as I did for the model in our shoot. So I don't know if you can see that. That's one example. I'll obviously embed the photos in a second. The key thing I'm trying to show you here is, so all these photos are taken with the Leica CL. So as you can see, there's some of the back of camera kind of preview photos. I'll obviously embed them properly in this video in a second. But the key thing I want to get across in this video is, despite all my expensive Leica lenses, you don't necessarily need an expensive lens to make, in my mind, pretty pictures. You might think these photos are rubbish, and I'm not saying they're anything special, and they're obviously very limited to one model and half an hour or so of photos. But after seeing those pictures, maybe you'll think, ooh, what lens is he using today? Is he using a Leica lens? Is he using a Voigtlander lens? Is he using a Zeiss lens? Did it cost £1,000? Did it cost £2,000? Did it cost, I don't know, £500? Now the good news is, to make photos like this lens cost a lot less. And I mean a lot less. So today's video we're looking at a small lens I bought for the Leica CL camera. And for anybody that knows the Leica CL, one of the smallest lenses you can get is the 80mm kit lens. Now I just put this lens on for display purposes, but I didn't actually use this lens today. But the reason I put this lens on is because it's nice, but I find it a bit big. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit chunky and a bit heavy and kind of not very pocketable. I mean, look how fat it is and look how long it is. It's just a big lens, isn't it? So I was kind of really keen to get something smaller than this, because I don't want to carry a big heavy lens around all day, do I? So with that being said, let me introduce you to my new lens, and this is the lens that I used to take all the photos I just showed you, and you'll see again properly in a second. So jokes aside, the 80mm kit lens is obviously quite a small lens, but wouldn't it be great if you could get something even smaller? Well, that's what we have today. Are you ready? This lens is so small, it fits behind it. Look at that. So it's smaller in diameter. Now again, just to put this into some context, I'm not sure the latest price of the 80mm kit lens, and obviously it's not similar in any way other than the fact that they're both small and I use them both on the Leica CL. And it's got a hair on it. But the 80mm kit lens is roughly, I'd like to say £900. I guess I'll write it properly above. I think it's around £900. So how much do you think this one is? Do you think starting offers, anybody shouting any numbers out? Would you reckon 500? Lower? 400? 300? No, lower. 200? No. 100? No. Lower than 100? Yep. And it just took all those super sharp photos I just showed you. £99? No, lower. Okay, let's speed this up. £75? No. £50? No. £30? No. £20? Let's exclude postage. Nope. Excluding postage. £10? Nope. £9? Nope. £8? £7.99. This amazing little lens cost me £7.99 plus VAT. How amazing is that? So let me introduce you, as you can probably tell from the kind of the script on the front, depending on if you can speak Russian or not. This is an Industar 50mm f3.5 lens. Now this is an M39 SLR lens, not a rangefinder coupled lens. So this means it's perfect on something like the Leica CL, which has got an EVF. But if you use, say, the Leica M240, which I also did today, you need the EVF, or use live view, because you can't use it with the rangefinder coupling on a Leica M camera. So this is the Industar 50-2, as I say, an SLR lens and one of the cheapest lenses you can buy. I believe it's a Tessar design, which basically means it's super sharp, and it is. I mean, my copy seems crazy sharp considering its price. In terms of weight, I just weighed it and I think it's 68 grams. I'll check again after the video and I'll write it above, but I think when I weighed it a second ago, it was 68 grams. 68 grams. You'll see this lens again in my super small lenses for the Leica CL video when I get around to doing it. Why did I buy an SLR lens and not a rangefinder lens? Because most vintage rangefinder lenses have a minimum close focus distance of 1 meter. If you buy an SLR lens, this has a close focus distance of 0.65 meters because it's an SLR design. So you have your aperture scale on the front, f3.5 through to f16. Now I did most of my photos around f4, f5.6. I was using the strobe, so I had plenty of light. And this lens has no aperture clicks, meaning it'd be useful for safer video. So there's the lens fully extended, and then it screws down to that crazy tiny size when the lens is at infinity. So it gets bigger for close focus, like many other lenses, and screws down for infinity focus. How amazing is this for £7.99? Now before you race to eBay, most of these are in the Soviet Union, and there are a few slightly different designs, but I particularly wanted this design because I wanted the smallest one I could find, and also I wanted black because I thought it might be quite nice on the Leica CL body. Now you can of course use this lens on any camera, whether you use Fuji, Sony, basically any mirrorless camera especially, it'd be fantastic because obviously it's really easy to focus. But also Leica CL, Leica SL, obviously SL2, Leica M10 with EVF, Leica M240 with EVF. So how do you mount this lens onto the Leica CL or Leica M camera? Now don't laugh, but the adapter is larger than the lens. So lens, adapter. So the adapter is larger than the lens, which gives you an idea of how small this lens is. I guess this is a good visual. So to mount this lens onto my Leica CL, I was using the Leica M to L adapter on the bottom, and then I was using a Leica M to Leica M42 adapter on top. So this is two adapters. I'll unscrew them in a second to show you. So yeah, sorry to correct myself, this is M42 mount. I said at the start of the video this was M39, it's M42, slightly larger mount. And as I say, two adapters for the Leica CL, Leica L to M adapter, and the LM to M42. It's actually a bit of a pity that the adapters are so large and so heavy because it kind of doubles the length of the lens. If you had just the camera and the lens, it would be so big. But sadly, we need the adapter in the middle. M42 is a screw mount design. So that is how big the lens is attached to the Leica CL with the adapter. On the Leica M mount camera, you only need the one adapter. So that's how it looks on the Leica M240. But also remember, it's not rangefinder coupled, so you do need to use an EVF. So yes, this is my new little favourite 50mm lens. Now as you know, I enjoy using a lot of vintage lenses on my Leica cameras, and there are many lens review videos to come in the second lens series, the LTM mount lens series. But the problem with all the vintage lenses for me personally, as I say, is they'll all focus at 1 meter distance, nearly all of them, because that was the design at the time of these lenses are being made. Whether it's a Canon 50mm LTM mount, whether it's Voigtlander Heliar LTM, whether it's almost everything, the only exception is a Nikkor HC 50mm f2. Again, there's a review coming on that lens. Everything except that lens that comes to mind, for example, all the rangefinder Industar lenses. There are obviously lots of Industar lenses available, and most of them offer great value for money, but all the ones designed for rangefinders, as I say, are limited to 1 meter. And that is the beauty of this lens. Focusing twice as close, almost 0.65 meters, makes such a difference in terms of, for me, for portraits. I mean, you saw the photos at the start on the back of the camera. You really can get kind of nice tight headshots with this lens. As we mentioned, this lens is small, but I did try and have a quick look at what filter size it is, and I checked a 37mm filter step ring, and it's smaller than 37, so I think it's around 36 or 35, maybe even 34mm filter thread for anybody that likes using filters. If I can find out the information, again, I'll link it above. So with all that said, I just wanted to show you that you can get very affordable lenses for your Leica CL camera, or as I say, if you shoot Fuji or Sony or Micro Four Thirds, this lens will fit all of those cameras with an adapter and work kind of perfectly. You really don't need to spend a fortune on lenses to make nice pictures. So let's look at some example images that I just shot with Emilia. Now this video is a little bit like the Helios 44 video that I did, where I shot with one model, Sarah, and then included the sample photos. Because it's dark and wet outside, we couldn't shoot outside, so I couldn't really test the bokeh or the colours or anything like that into great detail. Maybe I'll have to do a follow-up video, but I was able to test it in the studio kind of environment. So the range of photos are much more limited because they're all shot with one model, one type of lighting roughly, and one background. But hopefully it'll be enough to inspire you to maybe check out these lenses on eBay. As I say, I'll put links in the description, so check the description. There's always tons of information in the description. I just don't know if people will read it or not. Hopefully you do, because there's normally links to mentioned videos, there's the eBay links, there is links to related blog posts, maybe with full res images. So if you ever see any of my videos on anything, highly recommend you to check the description of every video, because there's a ton of information in there to hopefully kind of make the video more valuable, and usually links to example photos full res rather than low res photos via YouTube. Okay, so here's some photos. As I say, all these photos are shot with the Industar 50mm f3.5 lens that we're looking at today. All of the photos are shot in the Leica CL. For me personally, this highlights really well that you don't need to spend £1,000 on a lens. As I mentioned in a previous video, for me it is lighting first, and then for portraiture I'd say it is the model, the posing, the kind of the feel of the photo second, and then the lens and the camera third. You really can use any lens to make nice pictures. So those are the photos of Amelia. I'll perhaps try and do a follow-up video once I've shot this lens more with colour subjects and outdoor. So that's my quick roundup of the super cheap Industar 50-2 lens. And hopefully it inspired you to go and check out some cheap lenses on eBay. I'm not saying every cheap lens will be good. I'm sure some lenses are absolutely rubbish, but if you're buying a cheap lens, just check the optics are clean, so kind of no fungus, no haze, no scratches, no dust. This particular copy obviously has a few paint marks on the outside, but optically it's pretty clean. You can see straight through and no issues. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and turn it blue. Hitting the like button on all my YouTube videos really helps me, because it kind of tells the YouTube algorithm to share the video with more people, so then more people get to watch this content, and hopefully more people can benefit from buying a lens for less than £10. So I really do appreciate it if you can just smash the like button, and then hopefully other people can share this content. If you have any thoughts on this video, let me know in the comments. Are you pro Industar lens or anti Industar lens? Personally, I like them and I've got quite a few copies. You'll see more videos on other Industar lenses to come in future lenses in the LTM lens series videos. And lastly, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy lens reviews, do subscribe and turn on your notifications, and also check out my lens playlist, because I've already done I think 18 Leica M-mount lens videos, which will obviously fit Leica, but again these lenses will fit Sony's, Fuji's, Micro Four Thirds cameras to their M-mount lenses, and then the new series is the Leica thread mount lenses, which again are much cheaper and will also fit all the mentioned cameras. Thank you for watching, and a big thanks as always to my patrons. Back soon with another video. Bye.